Welcome, guys. Welcome here. Welcome finally after 8 years. Social Encrypted, my program, my basics, my everything you need to know program is here. I'm about to present it to you over the next couple of days. We have 5 major modules. Number 1 is You Are Enough and Attraction. Number 2 is how to talk to girls, how to screen. Number 3 is going to be tests, how to endure tests, and how to use the 4 times rule. Number 4 is physicality and the front door rule. Number 5 is the process itself, like how to sequence these things together to get really, really good results. I'm also going to talk about all the different conditions, alpha males, beta males, different types of girls, different types of venues, different types of cultures, different types of age groups, day game, night game, after work drinks game, and dates. There's going to be a little bit of inner game in there as well, but it's mostly going to be outer game. First of all, about me. Hey guys, how you going? Having a good day? Yelling at you in the front row. My name's Alex. I'm born in 1985. I'm from Australia. I grew up in Australia till I was 21, and I had a birthday party. Nobody came to it. I bought a house for a girl. She rejected me, and so I realized that I sucked, that I'm a loser, and that I need to do a self-help program and read self-help books about manipulating women into sleeping with me. But instead, I did a boot camp with a pickup company. Really amazing experience. I learned a lot from it. And soon after I did that boot camp with a pickup company, I was recruited to be one of their executive coaches. And I did that from 2007 until 2015. So during that time, I coached literally 45 boot camps, 3-day boot camps every year for about 8 years. All over the world, every continent except Antarctica, including South America, North America, Europe, the Middle East, Tel Aviv, Asia, Australia, Hawaii, absolutely everywhere. So during that time, my life's purpose has been to coach students like yourselves and watching at home, has been to demonstrate how to pick up girls, and also I've got a keen love for video production, photography, and editing. Okay, so documenting that. I actually studied at university to be a psychologist. So my job, what I envisioned that I would be doing, is psychoanalyzing and assessing and helping in cognitive behaviorally therapizing therapy for people all over the world. So now, with a psychology background, 8 years experience of 3-day boot camps, now 1 year experience of 30-day boot camps where I take students, like some of the guys you see in the audience here, where I take them in the field for 30 days in a row and get 30 days of improvement, 30 days of continuity, 30 days of me learning about them. And that is going to give me the information that I'm going to teach you today in this program that you can watch again and again and again, that goes into the infill videos that I'm going to edit in, the things that you can learn from this unified body of knowledge that all of us can use and reference from, that works incredibly well for us. In fact, when we went out to do the last infill videos this year, we went out like 6 times, and we pulled and closed 6 times in a row. We were so brilliant, like both the video production and also where my game is at and what I know that I'm doing. It was just easy, and I want to teach it to you today, all you guys in the room. And for the guys who are doing the 4-week natural who get this included, I want a unified set of principles that we can talk about online that you can all follow through and get good results with. When I teach you today about game and about picking up chicks, this program is about cold approach. You being nobody, approaching a girl, and she being nobody special either. 2 normal people in a public access nightclub that you need to be relatively intelligent to get into. So, I'm not talking about exclusive bottle service guest list clubs, okay? I'm talking more about, in London, Kensington Rooftop Gardens. In Sydney, the Ivy. In New York, the Gansevoort. In Los Angeles, I don't even know what's good in Los Angeles nowadays, but places where if you're well-dressed, you're well-behaved, and you pay something like 15 euros entry, $20 entry, then you get in, okay? That's the first condition. If we talk about game under that condition, then it translates very well to situations where there are guest lists, where you are more exclusive if you get in. It also translates extremely well to after work drinks game and day game as well. I'll explain day game a little bit later in different conditions. I also want to assume that you're cognitively sound, okay? You're a little bit educated, you've got a job, you have your own home, okay? You're not like a complete bum, or you're not eccentric and crazy, okay? There are some people out there who are a little bit crazy, a little bit zany, or lost touch with reality, and that can make pickup hard to do, okay? I see those guys in the club, you know, burning it to the ground. That's not ideal. I want to assume as well that there's a range of categories that guys are in. I'm going to go over them in just a second. But I know that you're going to be either a beta male, who's kind of nervous, self-conscious, scared of chicks, you have approach anxiety. Or you can be an alpha male. The guys on the 4-week natural, you guys are very alpha now. You don't give a fuck. You go and approach anyone, anytime, and it's so firm in your heads that it's our job to show girls a good time. Okay, that's what an alpha male is. And then the other category is somewhere in between. You're approaching a girl and you could be either beta or alpha. You approach the girl and she looks at you and she thinks, are you cool or are you just acting cool? And the way that you react to that is going to help determine if you're going to grow into cool and alpha or chode and like regress to chode and beta. And I know a lot of people watching videos on the internet, they are, you know, trying to be alpha, but they're taking tests the wrong way. And because of that, they're getting confirmed into beta. Another condition that we need to think about are categories of girls. There's like 5 categories of girls, but only really 2 that we need to worry about. The average girl, the average chick is cute, yes, but imperfect, yes. We call that a 4-star girl out of a 5-star scale. And that's the average girl who has imperfections in her height, her looks, her face, her cosmetics, her wealth, her fashion, enough for her to be self-conscious about it, okay? She has good days and bad days, but you can have a lot of fun hooking up with her. You could date a girl like that. She has a lot of potential. When she's done up to the 9s, when she's completely done up, she looks amazing. When she's not done up, she doesn't look that great. But you would happily have fun with her, get to know her, go on dates with her, and you would never regret it if your buddies saw you with a girl like that. That's a 4-star girl. And by categorizing girls this way, we need to interact with them slightly differently. A 3-star girl is a girl who you might worry about your friends finding out that you hooked up with. Okay, she's not the kind of girl that you want your friends to know that you hooked up with. So that's a girl. It's funny because 3-star girls who are less well put together or self-respecting or aesthetically sound or aesthetically have as much pride, they often have a stronger sense of entitlement due to delusion than an average regular girl like a 4-star girl. So 3-star girls, they're everywhere. They're kind of like the aesthetically unsound friend who can be overly aggressive or shows like a lot of desperation when you're talking to the entire group. She tries to claim guys almost unrealistically. Then, of course, we have the 5-star girl. These are the gorgeous chicks who have the world handed to them on a silver platter. They have an abundance of guys who want to date them, whatever. And they're the ones who can be more goofy around, who actually want you to be kind of like more immature, more silly or whatever. So there's a lot of different conditions here that I want to talk about and I kind of refer to as we go through, okay? So for the most part, I'm going to assume that you're in an average nightclub. You're decently dressed. You're in decent shape. You've got a decent fashion. You're hygienic, and you're speaking to 4-star girls or 5-star girls. And the truth is, it's kind of hard to find the really gorgeous 5-star girls. So you've got to assume that you're going to be talking to chicks who are variations of normal, okay? Variations of imperfect and normal. So with all those variables assumed, and assuming that we're going mostly to nightclubs where the closing time is going to be between 2 a.m. in the United States and 5 a.m. in Southern Europe and Australia, if that's the case, then we can start working with some fixed variables to then work in with you. So, first thing, when we talk about attraction, let's go into attraction, you are enough, self-worth, and let's start with the first topic, and that is instant categorization in a positive way. The first impression, as they say in Maxim magazines. Now, I'm looking around this room to wonder who's going to make a good first impression. We have 20 guys in the room, and about 7 of 20 would make a good enough first impression. okay? And I have a really good example, like a cross example of guys from all over the world here, guys of different races, ethnicities, and ages, and only 7 of the 20 would actually make a good first impression. Let's talk about first impressions. Let me tell you a secret. When I was doing 3-day boot camps for a former pickup company, we would never talk about the importance of aesthetics because there's no point trying to train a guy on making a good first impression when you only have 3 days with him. But now, when I'm going to be spending 30 days with students at a time, I know that they need to look very fucking good if they want to get into nightclubs. I can't humanly spend 30 days with a student now and lie to him and tell him that he looks okay when he doesn't, or if he's well dressed or well put together when he doesn't. So going into these 30-day programs, I have to instantly address people's fashion, hygiene, fitness, breath, dandruff, and things like that. And to be honest, like in this room, like I said, there's only 7 guys out of the 20 or so that make the right first impression. That's not really that big of a deal because we're here at a seminar, but if you go into a nightclub, maybe you get dressed up more. So here's some tips that you need to go through to ensure that you make the right first impression. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you don't make a perfect first impression. Camera number 3 over here. It doesn't matter if you don't make a perfect first impression. But it's so much easier to run the fucking game when the girls look at you and they envision you as what they expected to meet or want to meet in a guy straight away. So that's easy enough for you to fix. If you're not looking right, then straight away you've given yourself a huge fucking disadvantage because remember this, talking to people who are nervous have the consciousness or the intellect of a 5-year-old child. A nervous person has the consciousness of a 5-year-old child. So speak to somebody who's acting like a 5-year-old child and you don't look the way that they want you to look, you're giving yourself a massive, bad and fucked up disadvantage. The first tip is look new. Look new. Do you look new? Admittedly, this shirt is actually like 18 months old. I had a new shirt that I was going to wear for this presentation, but I ripped it open last weekend at our going away party for 4 Week Natural. So all the buttons are gone. A really nice Ben Sherman grey shirt. Girls know if you look new or not. Why? Because they always look new. They can tell it in the fine details. Also, if you don't look new, you don't even need to buy good clothes. H&M, like 10 pounds a shirt, $20 a shirt, doesn't matter. Jeans you can wear forever. But if you look new, you feel new, and the girls can just tell. They hate it. Even if your shirt is $1 million shirt and it's 6 months old, it counts. It counts for a lot. Dress to express, not to impress. Are you expressive with the way you dress? You have to be. Did you spend more than 5 minutes getting ready? That's really important. Girls know that shit. It took my ex-girlfriend 8 hours to get ready to go to a nightclub in Las Vegas. An American chick. She was Miss Teen Supermodel Illinois. So she was all into that kind of shit. Whereas for me, you know, as long as I'm doing a little bit to express myself and I like my hair, my personality is fucking loud, so I'm expressive with that, but I use my hair to express myself. Make sure you express yourself somehow. It should be like one item. Hygiene. Make sure you don't fucking stink, obviously. Some guys come to me on programs, they meet me in nightclubs like, hey Alex, I saw your videos on the internet. And I'm like, what the fuck? Their breath smells like the lower colon of a fucking quadruped. It smells like a dog's ass, honestly. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck, dude? Get gum. They're like, what? I'm like, no, don't even fucking talk to me. Ask people if your breath smells or not. It's a huge fucking issue. Your posture. One thing that I noticed with so many of my students on the 4 Week Natural is they would walk around looking at the space of the ground in front of their feet. Just walking around like, you know, as though they're on their phone, but their phone's not even there. And what does that do? It just hunches your shoulders over, fucks with your lungs, fucks with the tension in your face. So, Laith, where do I always tell you to look? Always look at the horizon or above, okay? Your feet, what's going on at your feet should be some magical, mystical adventure that you don't even know about. Where are your feet going? Don't know, but you're looking to the distance. You're like a walking visionary. Are you looking above the horizon or below the horizon? Are you looking at your feet in front of you? make the shift, okay? If you live in cold climates, usually you need to shuffle around in the fucking snow. Nup, stand up straight. The other thing, imagine your torso is like a failed penis that needs to be inflated to stay erect, okay? People who work at the computer have deflated lungs 90% of the day, just empty. But if you breathe air into your lungs, you've literally got this kind of like internal structuring, this internal inflation that has you standing up straighter. Most of us, our chest is completely fucked because we work out too much, we work on the computer, so our chest caves in and that deflates your chest as well. I went to a physiotherapist who had to take a metal rod on his hand and dig holes out of the muscles in my chest to release it so that I could stand up straight as well and I could actually wear jackets that had stopped fitting me because they were like too tight across my back. Now also what this does, if you're not like standing up straight and loose, it's gonna really tighten up all the ligaments and the muscles around your neck, your shoulders, your face. And so you walk around with this grimace on your face all the fucking time. So if you're not getting massages or doing a little bit of yoga or stretching, you know, all you've got to do, go to the gym, hold some weights, lie on a bench, lie on a Bosu ball and stretch your chest out. And all of a sudden you're going to look the way a girl wants you to look. Your face is going to be relaxed and you can breathe easy and express yourself easily. Imagine your lungs are like a bagpipe, okay? Imagine a Scottish guy, you know, down by the loch up in the fucking, the Dromedary Castle with his bagpipes, okay? I'm going to, just to make an impression, they got this little tube and they've got a fucking sheep's bladder and they're blowing on it, okay? They're keeping it inflated. It's like, so you want to have that bladder, you want to have your lungs always at least 50% inflated, okay? 50% to 70%. Right now, while I'm doing this presentation, I'm always between 100% and about 50%. If I get down to nothing, if I talk all the air out of my lungs as I'm doing now and don't take those little breaths in, and I've got like a kind of a physiological muscle memory where I'm used to standing up straight, then all of a sudden it's straining my throat, it hurts my throat. I'm feeling irritation there. I have stress because I kind of can't keep up. So think about the bagpipes. Think about that bag of air in your lungs, which makes you look like the right first impression. Another thing, we'll talk a little bit about body language later, but you can always put your hands behind your back to kind of quickly correct that. And another problem that I had always had as an Australian is I'd always speak out of the side of my mouth, mate, because I'm from Queensland in Australia. I'm from a blue-collar background, from a blue-collar school, and by speaking out of the side of my mouth, it was kind of like I didn't care, but also it really hurt my throat because I was speaking through a twisted tube. So what I did was I would stand in front of the fucking mirror, I would look in the mirror, and I would try to speak as symmetrically as possible, talking to myself for like a couple of minutes every day. That and yawning, okay? My roommates were like, what the fuck are you doing speaking to yourself in the mirror again, you weird fuck, right? So if you can speak properly straight away, the girl's gonna be like hygienic, decent posture, looks new, speaks okay. He's going to be a pleasure to interact with, not just a fucking drag. I mean, guys in the audience, think of a girl who, just because she had one little problem with her, like she was hot, but one little problem, you walked away. Think of it. Can you guys think of an example like that? She had oily skin. She had dark hair on the back of her arms. She had pimples in her hairline. You're like, nope, never. I'm better than you. Fuck you. Imagine how the girls fucking think. I mean, they're flighty enough as it is. We're in a program to pick up girls, right? Cold approach. If you're not sound, you're done. You're done, okay? Do you want me to go around the room a little bit and kind of tear some of you to pieces? You three guys in the front, you're awesome, okay? They did the 4-week natural. You look new. You're here for a seminar, but I know when you go out, you're shaving, you're sharpening up, and you look new. Like shaving, hair, clothes. You're always wearing a suit. Your hair's always beautifully done. You're always wearing a suit coat. Good shit. You could look a little more new, Dave. In your case, mate, I don't know if we can catch you on camera. The camera number 2 over here. A little wave to the camera if you don't want me to blur your face out. You look great, okay? You're expressive, and I like the fact that as a 41-year-old, you're owning your expression, okay? You're owning your cultural uniqueness with this bright pink shirt. You're not overdoing it. You see these fucking clowns going out, like who hang out on dance floors, or game clowns. Be aware of the fucking game clowns who overdo their expression to try to get attention. So be aware of that as well. I for one, I love working out, okay? And I went through a really bad stage where I was extremely overweight and to the point where I was not enough. I was fucking fat is what it was. I still pulled chicks, and that we have in the videos. But what I did is instead of going for 2 dinners every day, like lunch and dinner, which cost me like $30 to $40 US a day, I put that money into a training partner. So I don't recommend going out and getting a personal trainer because that's very expensive. But if you go down to a regular gym, like Fitness First, 24 Fitness, whatever they have in the United States as well, you can pay for a training buddy. And that can be like $30 US a day or 15 pounds a day. Do that 4 times a week. You roll up, training buddy's in there, he works at the gym, and he just holds you accountable to a workout. Not that scientific. He's not writing down your macros with a calculator. You get in, 1 hour, get it done, get the fuck out of there. And I started doing that this year, and I actually always wanted to do it with hot chicks as well, you know, so I can like meet their friends, which we do in one of the videos. And that worked extremely well for me, and I can't say that I've ever been happier than when I start the day in the gym, then I go straight to day and spend time with my guys. So a huge tip that I'd recommend is get a training buddy at a gym. It's like, it can be like $50 to $60 a week, an easy exchange from instead of spending the money on personal trainers and going out for dinner with your friends or wasting it on alcohol. It really meant the world to me. Now, 2 psychological first impressions that I want you to make. These are more subtle, but you'll recognize it in yourself and you'll recognize it in others. I want to show you an infill video of myself here. Hello, how you going? Just trying to get away from the pushing and shoving of it all.
So you're from?
Pratar du svenska?
Ja, det gör jag. Pratar du svenska?
Jaha.
Alltså?
No, let me speak Australian.
Okay, you speak English.
Jag skäms på min svenska.
Okay,
Jag mår
so where
dåligt
you
på min
from?
svenska. Stockholm.
Stockholm?
No, I moved to Stockholm. First impressions, not just aesthetic, but also psychological. Okay, when you're in the club, girls can read your mind. They can read your mind. They want to know, they want to be able to tell if you're an active thinker or a passive thinker. Are you pursuing your own goals, or are you standing around self-consciously and self-aware of how you're coming across to others? So I know that when I'm in a nightclub, nothing can happen to me. When I'm in a bar, day game, when I'm out to socialize with human beings, that is the freedom. That's freedom. That's when you can do whatever you want and nothing is going to bother you or interrupt you. So I'm always looking outwards onto others, never really feeling judged or evaluated or worried how other people are talking to me. So an active thinker is somebody who's making plans, who's thinking forwards, who's indulging their ideas. And when I show you this video in a moment, you'll see the way that I stand there in the club. I have zero self-consciousness. My only goal is to pursue the things that I want to pursue. So I'll stand there just hanging out, thinking around like which is going to be the best group for me to go after. Which is going to be the girl that I want to talk to? Where are my buddies? Are they having fun? Am I relaxing? Am I detaching myself from work? And you'll see it, you can see it in your friends' faces when they're like self-conscious. You see cogs grinding and you don't want to be that. You can't be that. Let me ask you this. What can the cogs grinding achieve? If you're thinking about yourself and how you're coming across and what impression you're going to make or how good your game's going to be, what conclusion can you draw? You can't draw any. So fuck it. Have a drink, have a vodka, have a beer, whatever the fuck, and relax, okay? Relax and look outwards onto the world and think about the goals that you want to achieve. So I love this one here, the beginning of a night where I pulled a one-night stand in Singapore. I'm just standing here chilling, just having my drink. I was having water this night, soda water, just doing my own thing. And if you look closely at my face, you'll see that I don't remember even being filmed here, but this is the kind of demeanor. I have zero self-consciousness. So I'm asking myself, what can I do? Am I letting the music influence me? Am I looking at the girls' dresses? What I actually think about when I'm in a club is I look at the girls and the different ways they dress, the way they wear their heels, what kind of lingerie I think that they're wearing, and I look around appreciatively. And so whenever a girl looks at me and makes her first impression of me, when you're in the club, you want the girl to see your face and see that you're enjoying yourself and enjoying the possibilities, not concerned of a fear of loss, not concern, okay? They see that straight away and it makes an incredibly bad first impression, okay? So that's like the cogs grinding, and you'll notice in your body, you get really high tension and a high center of gravity when you're nervous. When I'm just relaxing, bouncing my shoulder and looking around at the gorgeous girls, the way they're dressing, the ways they try to express themselves. It's like being in an art gallery of human beings, to enjoy their different expressions of themselves, to know that you're gonna make them nervous when you approach, that you have all of that influence. I just get so pumped up and I get this smug smile, almost like an arrogance, but I really want to ensure that everybody in the club's having a good time, so that it wouldn't be an arrogant way of operating. I just feel so good, and that shows on my face that I have nothing to worry about, because there is nothing to worry about in a nightclub. You only need to worry when you get to the front door. We have a concept called the ultimate state of evolution. All the guys who I've known who have been brilliant with chicks, guys who have done the 4-week natural program, Tim from Tim's Freedom Business blog, guys from pickup companies, coaches from pickup companies, chicks, like I know a guy who's fucked 400 girls from cold approach, he's Swedish. I know an African guy who's fucked 300 girls from cold approach. I know an Asian guy in Australia who's fucked over 100 European girls. And I know for Asian guys in Australia, that's like the holy grail, to fuck heaps of European. I know an Indian guy in Australia who's done over 350 as well, all from cold approach, okay? And they have some things in common, but it's not like they're different personalities. They're not different personalities, even though African, Indian, Asian, Scandinavian, and myself, regular European short guy, European Australian guy. It's called the ultimate stage of evolution. And so I'm not saying that these are skills you need to develop. I'm saying that you will inevitably get to this trait, these traits of behavior and emotion. It's inevitable. You're going to get there. The sooner you get there, the better. And once you get there, all these things come into alignment. When I had my 30th birthday a couple of weeks ago, I had 5 or 6 crazy alpha male guys, all of which had slept with like 300 chicks from cold approach. And we all had these same kind of traits, all right? And it comes down to a concept called the rite of passage. The rite of passage. A rite of passage. A rite of passage is where somebody, a mentor or an authority or somebody who you respect with your heart and soul, gives you permission to go from thinking like a student to thinking like your own master. That's the rite of passage. In Amazonian tribes in this day and age, if you put your hand in a glove with ants and you survive the pain, the elders of the tribe say, you know what, kid? Now you don't need to look at yourself like a boy anymore. You can look at yourself as a man. And you wake up the next day as an Amazonian tribal young man, walking around, and that next day you look down on girls. Down on them. Not down on them, like they're subordinate, like they haven't done the rite of passage the same way that you have. And when I have you guys coming on the 4-week natural program, when I have guys on the cameras, okay, out there in the world, when I have you on the fucking 4-week natural program somewhere in the world, you're going to come to me, book in hand, like, I'm ready to learn, Alex. I'm a student. I'm not ready to perform. I'm not enough. What the fuck? And that was a huge problem here in London and Oslo and Stockholm and Sydney, that guys wanted to make the most of the program. Let me say to all of you, you and fucking you and Vasco, fuck you, you are enough, okay? You are enough. When you come on the program, Jim, I've been doing this for 8 years. I'm giving a seminar. You're 23 years old. You're a little enthusiastic. Who's got better game, you or me? What? I asked him, who's got better game? He said the same. Not good enough. Who's got better game, you or me? What?
Me.
Yep. Who's got better game, you or me? No! You! No, me! You. We both have to think that we have the best game. You understand that? Okay, so who here has the best game in the room? Who here is the best with chicks in this room?
Me.
Yeah, and for the camera number 2 at the back, you see like, who here has the best game in the room? You see the reactions like, I don't fucking know. Write my notes. You can't get chicks if you think that way. It can't be done, okay? Unless you're lucky or unless you have like, you're a drug dealer or buying bottles at a club. Even then, probably not, right? If you're an uneducated, unhygienic idiot who can't even get into nightclubs and you walk around thinking that you've got what girls need, thinking that you've achieved your own rite of passage, then girls are drawn to that because you walk around acting like you have their answers. So I walk around acting like I have the girls' answers. For you guys on program, Jim, I'm glad that you said both of us have equal game, but no. Women and human beings, we respond to what we've been evolutionarily trained into, okay? Natural selection. Cavemen, if we're all cavemen in this fucking room, the guy who thinks he's the best is going to try to like kill everybody else or be the most patient and persistent and aggressive with the girls, reproduce with that girl. It's going to happen for 5 million years, all through different stages of evolution. The end result today is that chicks that we meet in the clubs are attracted to the guys who are delusionarily believing that they have what it takes, that they are everything they need to be. And so we have this huge conflict between humility and learning versus I am enough and doing and owning it and showing them a good time. Let me be the one to tell you right now, let me be the mentor who tells you that yes, you are enough. Yes, you have achieved the rite of passage. I can be the one to grant that for you because you're doing this program. You're following these materials. You're watching the videos. You're going out and approaching chicks. Let me be the one to tell you right now, congratulations, young man or 45-year-old man, whatever it might be, that yes, you are now allowed to look at yourself no longer as a student of game, but actually as your own master of game. You are enough. The rite of passage is achieved. You know, when I do a 4-week natural program, I'm not even selling game. Okay, the fee that you pay is not even about game and learning skills or having a good time. The fee that you pay is me saying, if you pay this money, if you pay this several $1,000s and I put you through hell and back, and I really do, actually. There's like a little honeymoon period, then I really find what's fucked with your personalities and attack it, okay, hurt it, make you really sad. Then I leave for a few days, and then after that we party, it gets really good. There's a distinct process. So I'm not even selling a good time or game skills or me ranting and raving. I am selling your sense of a rite of passage, that you push yourself to the limit. You felt really, really good achievements, really bad with bad blowouts, tired, hungry, frustrated, annoyed, upset, pissed off with people, and then you come out of it at the end. And actually, on my program, I give you a polo, which for you guys is in the mail. And then after that, you guys, I know you three now. I saw you on Facebook last night in hot nightclubs in London. Arms around chicks, fucking around. I mean, the last weekend of program, there's like all guys pulling girls to the house. There's threesomes, there's bullshit. Like, we wrecked the place. I've given you the sense of self, the rite of passage. And in a way, we used to do that with 3-day boot camps. That was cool, that was fine. But this 30-day program is a lot more wholesome and legitimate, I would say. So how many times do I need to fucking say it? Stop learning game, stop learning this, stop humbling yourself to this process and this program so that you can get better. No, you are good. We're just refining you and expanding you. You are a raw emotional talent, and now you're working with specialist experienced coaches to make the most out of that existing talent and potential. Are you a virgin? Most likely not, okay? Are you not enough? No, you are enough. You're a grown man who can pay his taxes, who can dress himself properly. How many fucking times do I need to say it? Stop learning and start being in the game. Like, get the fuck out of my way. This camera. This people in this camera. You don't need to learn anymore. Okay, just do. Okay, let what I'm telling you here, what I'm showing you, expand you. I'm giving you these secrets from 8 years of game that's going to take your normality and make it special. Okay, you're normal. Don't think that you're less just because you're learning game. This fucking camera as well. Fuck you. All right? You! You're enough. Stop fucking around. Come on in, mate. You're enough too. Sanjis, you're enough. What did I tell you? Okay, good. You're enough. Awesome. All right, enough. Get up. Enough. Be gone. Be gone. Oh, God, he loved that, didn't he? If I have one more guy say to me, Alex, my problem is, I'm like, shut up! When you're enough, you don't have any problems. How can you? Okay? It's just the wrong way of thinking. And in terms of first impressions, the girls always know. That being the case, one of the best inner game tricks that I can teach any of you is that learning game here with me or watching videos online or going out, you're not building a skill ladder. You're not taking one step at a time to become whole. It's not a skill ladder. You don't need to learn different skills and levels of game. By watching these videos and taking the actions that you're taking in field, dating chicks, having a good time, you're going to expand your repertoire of ability. You're going to expand your intuition in real life with good mentorship, good peers like myself and your friends, but you're still going to be enough to get laid and be attractive. So make the shift, not from learning a skill ladder of things that you need to fill in to be whole, but instead see yourself as whole and realize that it is your duty. It's your duty to show girls a good time. Okay, it's not that you need to prove things to yourself in relation to women so that you think you have a sense of self-worth. Shut the fuck up. Okay, Asif, who's got the best game here? You or me? Me. Who? Me. No, me. No, me. I'm louder, so it's me. I win. If there was a girl here, she'd be like, bitch. Who would get the girl? I would get the fucking girl. Yeah, Michael. It's Michael, right? Yeah. Who's got better game, you or me? I do. No, you don't. With your little girl voice.
What? It's deeper than yours.
Not bad, but I like it. I wanted some fight. I wanted some fight in you. Imagine there's a girl. There's two of us, desert island, or, it's a nightclub where in Finland there's no men, and there's just you and me, right? Sorry, Finnish guys, but man up. So there's just you and me. And you're willing to argue back that I think I'm best for her, you think you're best for her, and she's going to think both these guys are attractive. As if you argue, she's going to think you're attractive. If you're not, she's going to be like, well, he believes it more. See, the girl only wants the guy who, in the context, thinks he's the best. A huge trick, what makes my game successful, is I act like I know better than everyone else. Do I? Pfft, probably not. I don't fucking know. I don't care. But I act like I know best.
Do you have a girlfriend here, or just working, or?
No, I've got a really good friend, guy friend from Uppsala. And I think it's the best city to base in. It's pretty cheap. No, Stockholm. Yeah.
Well, it's the capital, so... we only have like 2 million people here, so...
Yeah, but I also go to Berlin, Amsterdam, London, Oslo, Helsinki, Copenhagen for work.
Still.
Yeah, so it's the best centralized base. But the fucking
here in North Europe, yes.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And it's the richest. It's really rich. Yeah. Without being too rich, like Oslo. So to make that extremely clear, what I'm saying is that I'm acting like I know better than every other guy in the venue. And I walk around with that kind of arrogance and self-assurance and indifference and smug know-how more than any other guy. And I see you guys on program, David and Jim, you could do this a lot more. You could walk around like, I know better. There you are, as a 22-year-old, super enthusiastic. Come on, let's make things happen. Nah, fuck that. You know better than every other guy. This old terminology called shadow lording. I look over other guys' shoulders in the girl's eyes, and I'm like, yep, he's got no fucking idea. I know what's going on. Let him play his game. I'll see you in a minute. And then I walk off. She's like, where did he go? How often, guys, when I'm on program, how often do I do the sets with you guys? I try to never do a set with you guys. This is such a huge issue. I'm walking around like I have all the answers. I am the authority. I am a girl's relief from chode guys. That's what I act like. That's what you're going to act like from now on. You're going to be a girl's relief from chode guys. You have the answers that they don't. These Brazilian Pablos, okay, back in Sao Paulo. Fuck them, right? They're trying so hard, grabbing them, you know, grabbing them by the hair, whatever you do down there. Dude, I was scared in Brazil. I was like, fuck. I'm walking around like, I know best. I know best. I am enough. I've been through the rite of passage. I watched 10 minutes of Alex's seminar. Rite of passage, ticked off. But you know, you can justify it in other ways, the rite of passage. Did you graduate college? Did you make your first $100,000? Whatever it might be. Did you get a certain result in the gym? Did you go on a meditation retreat? Did you do a boot camp? Whatever it might be. Find what is meaningful to you and a meaningful source of validation to be told that you are enough. So you walk around graduated as a guy in your head, not like a child or a boy, okay? This is something that is emotionally distinct to men that isn't really there for chicks. They don't really have like a rite of passage in that sense. Or maybe they do in girls' sororities in America to the American students out there. And all of a sudden, you've got these pretty gorgeous, nice, innocent chicks, girls next door, acting like they're men. Like, we're in a sorority, we stick together, girl power, we hate men or something now, girls have the power, don't take us out, fuck you. Like, it's just confusing. Like, I love showing a girl a good time and taking responsibility for her, and that's like a weird conflict.
Put your foot on my foot. Yep, and the other one. And your hands around my neck.
Why?
And more. Ah! Do it again.
Okay.
But higher up, higher up. Wait, but lean forward. There we go. I'm such an idiot. Oi, look what I did. I can like break my toes.
That being the case, with your ultimate stage of evolution, the stage that everyone's going to get to, we've identified in English that there's kind of like 5 traits that everyone needs to have to be the grown man or the ultimate stage of evolution through the rite of passage the way that I want you to be. There's kind of 5 traits. And I don't really... These may not be the best words because I only just started talking about it. And putting it into words because I get to know my students for a long period of time. But every guy needs to have these things. He needs to be a man of acceptance. There's like 5 things. Acceptance. Are you accepting of anyone on their terms? Are you open to anyone? Are you willing to talk to anyone? Are you willing to accept people who are cool or uncool, attractive, unattractive, intelligent or unintelligent? Can you see them not judge them badly, but can you accept anyone? That's what it is to be a good leader. Imagine you're the king of a tribe or the king of a kingdom or Richard Branson, the head of Virgin. You need to accept each and every one of your staff members because they are your people. They are your subjects. If you're going to be a leader and a grown man like that. Are you sophisticated? Are you intelligent? Do you pursue higher consciousness things? Art, education, finances, could be fashion, could be travel, could be culinary pursuits, could be whatever, something sophisticated. Girls need to know that you can be a little bit masculine. Can you lead? Can you argue? Can you pick them up? Can you be passionate? Would you pull their hair in the right circumstances? Would you get upset at them if they misbehaved? A bit of masculinity, all right? Then there was patient. Are you willing to accept people's imperfections? And expressive, the way that I'm being expressive now. Can you talk out loud about the things you like, the things you don't like, the things that upset you? Can you be charismatic?
Have you seen the movie called Finding Nemo? Finding Nemo.
Finding Nemo. I love Finding Nemo.
You can call me Nemo. Call me Nemo.
You know, when we graduate from high school, I dressed out as Nemo.
How did you dress as Nemo?
I got 5 blankets, 5 orange blankets, and I sewed like this big fish.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the springs, like all over.
So I started a business. I started doing photography and I tried to do it in Australia. I advertised on Google. Anyway, I did that job for about a year. Then I found an agent in America and I worked for them for like 6 years.
We have to like mingle this way. Do you want us to lead you?
Yeah.
Do you want us to lead you the way?
Lead on. Yeah? Lead on.
Ready?
Lead on.
Boom! Come on!
Okay,
work.
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, give me like 30 seconds to
Sure.
respond this message.
Sure.
No, it can be social.
No
Just like
worries.
pretend well, I guess it's company.
My friend on the right is hitting on these 2 chicks over here. So I'm just kind of letting him go for it. It's good.
Okay, so now
So I'm here with 3 guys,
Okay, you
all
are.
of which that.
I love like in Sweden you just gotta shove everyone. I can't. Do people not respect personal space in fucking Sweden? Nope. Psh, get the fuck out of here. Stop laughing at me. Stop encouraging my stupidity.
Okay, so in terms of accepting gym, you're like 9 out of 10. Although, because you're so caught up in what you're doing, the score comes down. So you're like an 8 or a 7 out of 10 in terms of acceptance. In terms of sophistication, 10 out of 10. Perfect. Well, very fashionable. Masculinity, 7 out of 10. Because you're rushing so fast, you don't have that calm masculine energy that I want you to have. Patience, not good. Okay, you're rushing. I'm over-exaggerating now, but patience is about 5. And then expressive is very, very good. It's about 7 or 8. It's awesome. So for an overall skill of about 7. Okay, but does a girl want a 7 or does a girl want a 10? Okay, Lathe, you ready for the pressure? Lathe was one of our least socially experienced guys on the program from a completely different culture and probably made the most progress during the program. So, are you accepting? Yeah, probably 8 or 9 out of 10. Sophisticated? Yeah, probably 8 or 9 out of 10. But you could do more. I want you to tell your story and show the things that interest you, culture that interests you, things you want to do, things that fascinate you, okay? So I know that you are, but the girls don't. So you could be a 2 in their eyes. Just a guy who doesn't have anything to say. So it's a lot when they know you, but it's not if you don't tell them. You need to tell your own story. Masculinity, when you're drunk, it's good. when I see you like in the moment, it's fucking 10 out of 10. It's a good thing. But a lot of the time you're keeping to yourself, it's 2. When you do it, it's 10. When you did it that night with the Danish girl, glory! Absolute glory. But we need to see more of it. Patience, waivers, it can be a lot or it can be a little. It can be like a 5. Maybe you don't want to approach. Maybe you blow yourself out of set. Maybe you're hesitating. It's a lot better now, but at the beginning it was like not doing anything. And then expressive. Tell your own story. Be more expressive. We need to know what's going on inside of your head and your heart. Okay, for an aggregate score, it could be, on a good day it's 7, on a bad day it's very little. Okay, so realize that you're capable of doing it. You just got to fucking do it. David, in terms of acceptance, pretty good. Yeah, 8 or 9. Sophisticated, you're a programmer, like a graphics programmer, so 9. Masculinity, not the strong suit, okay? When you started tackling, picking people up, leading them by the hand, yelling in their faces, then it was good. That's when you got your best results. It was kind of like the missing link of the chain, linked it up, and you were good to go. So that can be, it was like a 4 at the start of the program, just nicely, hello, I'm David, nice to meet you, I'm British, yes. Yeah, no, then you're like, oh, physicality, fuck yeah, and a few beers on the side. So you got to focus and follow through, not get so drunk. But that's, you know, alcohol is not bad. Patience, pretty good. One of David's biggest issues with not getting laid is he would walk away from the set halfway through. Good work so far. Come back to coach. No, man. Stay with the fucking girls. Stay with the girls. Go the distance. Be patient. Go through the process. And expressive, not that solid. 6. You're still kind of chill. I always ask you to wake up. Bounce your knees. Bounce your shoulders. Be louder. Speak symmetrically. Aggregate score, on a good day 8, on a bad day 6, okay? And I want you to see me, I'm 100% patient, extremely fucking patient. I want to think that I'm sophisticated because I like photography and art and I read a lot of Wikipedia. Masculine, yeah, you probably get that sense, like, oi, yelling. Patient, yes. I'm very, very forgiving of all the stupidity going on around me. When I approach a group of girls, I'm like, what stupid shit are you going to say next? Go. Regale me with stupidity. I can't fucking wait. Expressive, yes, I think we get that idea. And that's it. So I want to be high on those scales, okay? I might put them into better words later, but we found that that's what it needed to be. So if you're all sophisticated, no masculinity, you're not there yet. Look at a guy like Tim from Tim's Freedom Business blog. Very expressive, very sophisticated, very patient with complicated processes, very accepting of everything going on around him because he needs to work with the world in front of him. Appreciative. Oh, appreciative was the other one. enjoying beauty. So I neglected that one altogether. Appreciative was the 5th thing. Do you enjoy beauty, your own life, where you are? Kind of like being happy in the moment.
You smell amazing.
It's funny because I don't have any perfume on.
It's like your the way your hair is. You like clean, fucking shampoo your hair. So good.
All right. Another thing that happens when you get to that ultimate stage of evolution, when you become the guy that you're supposed to be, you'll never, ever again use trying for rapport tonality. In the same way that I'm using break in rapport tonality now, my voice is dipping away with everything I say. I'm never going to ask you, hey guys, but imagine you're talking to a girl. Hey guys, where are you from? Nice to meet you. What are you guys doing tomorrow? You'll be kind of like indifferent, pretty indifferent. You'll be like, where are you from? What are you doing? How do you know each other? It'll be completely breaking. And that's a result of being really relaxed and chilled out rather than you needing to manufacture it. I don't want you to over-exaggerate it and be like aggressive, like, where are you from? What are you doing? How do you know each other? That's just crazy. It's better to be natural and imperfect than unnatural and forced. Okay, I'll show you some videos later where I used to speak completely wrong because I thought that was the right thing to do. Excuse me, who are you? This can wait. Hold on, I gotta lean against this wall. Go, go, go. So the next question is, how did I achieve my own rite of passage to have myself think that I was enough, that I was everything that I needed to be good with girls, that I was my own man? Because guess what? I'm supposed to be the point of validation for others. I'm supposed to be the one who tells others that they are enough and that they don't need to think like a student anymore, that they can now be their own master. And I'll tell you this, even when I had been a pickup instructor for 3 years, from 2007 till 2009 inclusive, during that time, when I was 24 years old, I would still walk around as a big deal coach charging big money. And I would think to myself like, oh damn, I'm not good enough. Oh damn, I'm not attractive. I'm not where I need to be good with chicks. So I still sought out the proof of my value. Or somebody to tell me that I was good enough or that I never had to worry again. That was with me until I was 24 years old. However, here's the story, and here's what I'm going to show you on video to share an experience with you so you can have the same kind of thing that I had. In 2009, technology got to such a point that we could document ourselves in social places and the way that we were behaving and the way that we were acting in the way that we were going out and picking up chicks. And I remember the very first night that I went out with a camera on me. A friend of mine called Jeff was filming me, very aggressive, very experienced, strong personality type of guy, was filming me. And the goal is, go out and pick up a girl. No students, no work that night, got to go do it. And I realized all of a sudden that even though I had all this marketing around me that I was supposed to be so good with chicks, that I actually had no idea how to control the girls that I was approaching to make them have sex with me. So all of a sudden I realized like, oh shit, I don't know how to get laid. I don't know how to be attractive. I have no idea. So out of distress, I just basically yelled in a girl's face for 10 minutes, hoping to not lose her attention. And I'm a pretty high energy guy, pretty enthusiastic, pretty fit. And I would just yell at her for 10 minutes. And my game plan, a very roughly formed game plan, was just to like stay near her and try to keep her attention for 1 hour and a half, for 90 minutes, and hopefully leave with her at the end of the night. And by doing that, by being that intense, I actually drew from her all these extreme tests, sarcasm, bad looks, the kind of looks that would put any other guy off. But because I had a camera on me, I'm like, don't leave, don't leave. Even if she hates you, don't fucking leave. So the first night, this is what it looked like. Excuse me. Hi. Do you like 80s music? My name's Alex.
So you're assuming I had sex in the lake afterwards. How old are you? I'm older than you are. How did you come up with this shit? Where are you from? Is this like a dare?
joke.
shit about it. And I'm way older than you, so. And I could have come back with a lot more sarcastic comments if that's what you want. She likes me way better than she likes you. You are insane. You're out there than that. You don't think you're one teeny bit sleazy? Oh, and you're not forward. How drunk are you?
I am.
So you think, do you want me to give you one of these? Why pretend you're not ever gonna call me?
So I remember going through this interaction and all this sarcasm, which really unsettled me at the time. And I remember being in this interaction feeling like she doesn't like me, I can't control her, she's not into me, I'm not getting any direct indications of interest from her to me. I suck. But only because I had a camera on me didn't I walk away. Otherwise, why would you stay with somebody who's not interested in you, who's being sarcastic, who's being kind of like pushing you away? So just stay with her. But for the first time ever, and this was kind of like a make or break moment in my entire life, and for like everyone in the game, for the first time ever, we had a chance to see the girl's facial expression. Imagine I'm interacting with her now. To see how she was actually feeling about me when I turned my back and she thought I couldn't see what she was feeling. So in this video at the 17-minute mark, we get some drinks. I think she buys them actually, which is nice. And then in the video here, I want to show you. I decided I want to walk over to the couch after that little barrage, that little combination of tests. And what you'll see here is that I take her by the hand, I pour her vodka into my beer, so we've got free hands each, and I brush down her arm, lead her by the hand, turn my back and walk over to the couch. And when I do that, the look on her face is a huge reveal that I had no idea about at the time. I just had to blindly stay there because I had a camera on me. But this is what her face does. Rock around to rock. Excuse me. Sit. And the best way to describe that emotion, I'll try to replay it for you with my own face. It's like sarcasm, 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 sarcasm from the girl. And then she's like, follow me across the room. Now, I had no idea about this. And of course, when I sit down, her face is back to engaged, ready to flirt and argue and banter. But when I saw that, after 17 minutes in this case of her being combative, when I saw that in the replay, all I could conclude was that she must have been really into me or liked what I was doing, but not showing me. So I was like, Alex, maybe you can relax. Maybe she likes you as you are, not by the standards of your game. Maybe you are enough. Maybe. I didn't fucking know. Nonetheless, I wasn't walking around saying to myself, like, Alex, this one video, which went on to be a one-night stand, this one video is going to make you. Now you're done. Now you're enough. 1 week later, in my journey of becoming I am enough, my sense of rite of passage, because I didn't really have any mentors to tell me that, yes, you're good. 1 week later, I went to Las Vegas. And it was like a whole week-long event. It was a big conference. And I was speaking at the conference, and I was working at the conference coaching. And I was so busy that in 7 days in Las Vegas, I could only sleep with 3 chicks. Only 3, okay? Which, you know, in Vegas, you would expect if you're confident, outgoing, and an expert on game that you could do a little bit more. But I was always spending time with my students. Anyway, did 6 days straight, only hooked up with 3 chicks. And then, the night that I finished my last night of program, we were in a casino. And when we finished the program, we said goodbye, went to the restaurant, walked out into the casino floor. Great time in Vegas. Me and 2 buddies were just walking along. I approached some Russian girls. And I had a series of experiences for the next 25 hours that had me feel like there's no turning back to not being enough. And it went like this. Walking in the casino, met a couple of Russian girls, 3 of them, had a bit of a chat. They claimed that their dad bought them a hotel room. We're like, well, we have to go check it out. Whisk them upstairs. My girl had black hair, fair skin, blue eyes, curvy in a good way, 20 years old, Russian accent, had some kind of like elaborate bling style clothing, kind of like a Kardashian wannabe. Took her upstairs, lights off, drank something, straight into the bed, condom, sex. Great, cool, awesome. Did it again in a short amount of time. My friends both hooked up with the girls as well. One hooked up, one didn't. Then I'm like, guys, we got to go. Our friends are waiting for us down at the restaurant. So cool, little quick pull in 10 minutes. That's pretty good. Go down to the restaurant. Sit down to the restaurant with all my buddies. Have a girl sit on my lap. She's from Australia. She's a friend of mine. I've known her since I'm growing up. Now, she's really keen. She really wants to hook up. She's rubbing my leg. She's playing with my hair. She's blonde. She's athletic. She's a surfy girl. She's tanned. Very innocent, very cute. She's like 22. I'm 24 at the time. But she's a little bit too forward. A little bit too forward. So I'm not really that pumped in gaming her. So I go out for a walk in the restaurant. I see a little Asian girl from California. She had freckles, really bright eyes. She looked like Thai, like a Thai chick. And she was with like 9 friends, all wearing black dresses and black high heels. And I just stopped like in this little corridor thing. And I said, you're so pretty. Do you want to go on an adventure? And she's like, where are you from? I'm like, I don't know. The Solution. I'm from The Solution. I take her by the hand and just start walking her out of the restaurant 40 meters away where our hotel elevator shaft is. So just 40 meters away. I know that because I've whisked her away without even asking her name, that her friends are going to come running after us in a minute. My friend Jeff actually comes out of the elevator shaft, nods at me, I nod at him, we go through security, I show security my room key, and then we go up. We start kissing in the elevator. Seconds. I'm still covered in the smell of sex from the girl before. Go upstairs, go into the room, we're making out. I get in there, see my roommate reading a porno magazine. I'm like, fuck that. Get my bed, throw it into the bathroom, condom on, underwear aside, start having sex with this gorgeous little fine-featured Californian Asian chick. Have sex with her. It's really great. Now downstairs, my friend Jeff from my old company, he then disturbs the shit of the 9 friends who had chased us to security but couldn't get through security. But he obviously could because he was staying there. So they can't get through. Security's holding them back. Jeff's like, haha, your friend's probably getting raped. Your friend's probably getting raped. Standing behind security. Security's holding them back. I'm like, I'm just upstairs making love the second within about half an hour. So I'm like, fucking yeah. Go back downstairs to World War III. There's police, there's security, there's Jeff versus 9 girls. Without even knowing this girl's name, she gets dragged away into the night. And the police are like, did you do anything to her? I'm like, no, I don't fucking know. She came with me with consent. And the security guard said she came with me like with consent upstairs. So no big deal there. You go back to the restaurant, sit down. Girl sits in my lap. She's like, do you want to go upstairs? I'm like, well, okay. So we go upstairs, holding hands. I start making out with her in the elevator. I mean, I smell like sex twice now. I'm all sticky and fucked up. Plus a night's in a nightclub. But when you're 24 and 22, it doesn't really matter. Then we go into the bed, the room again. The roommate is still reading porn. He's like, hello. He's like German. The girl's like, why the fuck is your bed not in your bed? We go into the bathroom. The bed is there. I make up the bed. The German guy, my German roommate, is like, good night. Whoosh, goes under the covers. And then we turn the lights off, put some music on. The Australian girl starts fooling around, hand job, takes her own underwear off. I put a condom on, but I'm like hesitant because I respect this girl. And she's like, Alex, do you know this is a booty call? That's my Australian girl accent. And I'm like, look, girl, I won't use her name. Look, girl, I just want you to know, I don't want you to be the 3rd girl within the hour. She's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, I don't want you to be the 3rd girl within the hour. Like under the covers, I'm like fingering her. She's got her hand on my dick. And she's like, what do you mean? I'm like, I just fucked 2 girls, different chicks. One at the Wynn and one in this bed. And so she doesn't even really get upset. She's just like, gets out of the bed, starts putting her dress back on and just takes off. I'm like, well, okay, fair enough. Knocked one back. Wake up in the morning, bang, 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 knocking on the door. My friends arrive. They've got a guitar full of tequila and they have some too. So we have to go over to this other casino to make an audio recording. I'm like, okay, whatever. We go over there, we meet some chicks who we'd met in the club the night before. I think friends of Ryan's. We go up there, we do the recording. But we get so drunk during the recording that we can't even do it. So that leaves me and Ryan, and then our other friend who was making the recording, and the guy doing the recording. 2 other guys leave, leaving me and 2 chicks who we'd picked up on the casino floor. Ryan, my friend Ryan, he goes up into the bed and starts fooling around with his girl, and he just starts banging her straight away. I think they already knew each other or had some former thing going on. Her friend is sitting down there on the couch with me. I'm like flattened. I don't know what I'm doing, just chilling. drinking my tequila guitar, hanging out, not even thinking. And the girl sitting next to me, she looks like Lindsay Lohan. Red hair, fair features, blue eyes, massive rack, good curves. And she's like, are we gonna fuck? I'm like, good idea, why not? So I start like slapping her on the ass, because I'm like, that'd be funny. Like just to like kind of piss off Ryan and his girl. And so I look up over the edge to see Ryan, and he's like got his girl on her hands and knees in the bed, and he's like squatting over her, like putting it in her ass. And so he turns to me, like I try to do it to the camera, he turns like, does this weird face. And I'm like, ah! Like, so I quickly have sex with the girl just for the sake of doing it. I come, condom, good boy, and then run out of the room, take one of his beers for the trauma that he caused me. I'm like, fuck. So go home, have a nap, chill out. We go to the club again, XS the next night in Las Vegas. And there's like 50 pickup guys everywhere from the conference that I was at. So I'm just kind of laying low, hanging out, having a good time. I've already banged 3 girls in a day and knocked one back. So I'm like, whatever, whatevs, who cares? Then I see 2 gorgeous ballerina-looking girls surrounded by like 9 guys. So I'm like, well, I don't really know who made the initial approach, so fuck it. So I go in there, get the most gorgeous of the girls. I've got the confidence, you know, I've got the indifference because I'm not really worrying about my self-worth or if I've done my rite of passage or not. Things are going pretty well. So I reach in, brush down her arm, take her by the hand. Elegant, fine features as well. She's tall, she's blonde, she's Austrian, she's of Croatian origin. Ugh, gorgeous. Bring her over, and I'm like, hey, I wanted to meet you. What's your name? She tells me, cute accent, elegant, 6-pack, black dress, tube top, high heels. And then my Aussie friend gets her other friend, massive boobs, a little bit curvier, flat stomach, brown hair, blue eyes. Imagine a girl in a dindel. Any German guys here? The Oktoberfest costume. She was perfect in a dindel. That's like her deal. Dindel. Not that I can pronounce it. So there's the 2 of us. We have some drinks. They buy some drinks. We hang out. We're like, we need to get away from all these crazy guys. So me and my friend take them back both to our hotel. My German roommate waves me goodbye. My friend takes his girl down to his room, but he's got to go to the airport like within 30 minutes. So I take my girl inside, and she's like so beautiful. She was like a real 5-star girl. And she does like the full treatment, teasing, going down, the whole deal. Then it happens, we hook up, it's fucking awesome. And I'm like, fuck yeah, 4 in a day, and I knocked one back. Then we hear a banging on the door, okay? I don't know, who the fuck is that? I look in the door hole, I'm kind of like tired, drunk, it's been a long day. And it's her friend, and she's weeping. And she comes in, and she starts yelling in Austrian. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? To the girl that I'm with. And she's like, the friend left to the airport, and now she's all alone. So now it's the 3 of us in the room. I'm like, oh, whatever, you can sleep there in the old roommate's bed. I go back in the bed. The 2 girls get up, they undress each other, start making out, start feeling each other's boobs, and climb into bed with me, and we have a threesome. So I'm like, fucking awesome. Good, Alex, good. And I remember the next day. The next day, it was like a Saturday or Sunday. I almost had to go to Nashville, Tennessee, actually. I remember walking out of the casino and thinking like, I used to look around at girls and be like, am I attractive enough to get that girl or that girl or that girl? And I was like, you know what? I never have to think about that again. After that video and that experience, that made it like, what is it? 5 plus 3 before that, 8. And then that weekend I flew to Nashville on the Friday and had 2 and 2 nights in Nashville. 2 gorgeous chicks as well, like Southern chicks. So for me, after that like extreme experience, and I know that it's kind of cool to tell stories once in a while as well, is that after that experience, I'm like, you know what? I'm never allowed to worry about my self-worth or my rite of passage again. As long as I don't give up my body and get overweight or something like that, or, you know, completely give up on my education or my class or my hygiene, then I'm done. I'm good. Now, if you think back, anybody watching this, you think back on an extreme experience that you've been through, positive or negative, you're probably not acknowledging it enough. Who here knows the phrase, good Alex? You should all have your own version of that. Good Chris, good Owen, good Asif, good Jimmy. You're the only one who does it I know of. Good Dave, good Laith, good Vashko. You should do it more. So the thing is, in this humble life that we lead, we spend so much time like trying to learn that we don't spend enough time acknowledging the good things that you've done. So you need to acknowledge, good, okay? Whatever your name is, say it right now. In fact, all of you guys here, say it out loud. Good. What's my Jamaican friend, what's your name? David. Good, David. I want to hear it. Good, Dave. I walk down the street, good, Dave. You look in the mirror, good, Dave. You're allowed to do it. It's a huge relief. Yeah, Jamaican style. Good shit, well done. 2 months later, I got my own filming equipment. I went to Sweden, okay? And again, I had done a really good Euro tour, hooked up with a lot of girls, had a great time. And then when I went to Sweden, I had my own recording equipment. I'm like, well, now I need to perform on the camera again. And these first 3 videos that I'm showing you, I would then tour the world going over these videos again and again and again. And I would learn from these videos forevermore. And these help me to define what it is to be I am enough. Okay, so I want to show them to you here and now. Hello. Wait, hello. Hi, I'm from Australia. I'm very nice. I'm a very nice man.
Are you sure? Is the accent something you pick up girls with?
I love you.
Yeah, of course you do. La 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 la. Yo eso la truco de ahorita como los cuidas los borrachos. I'm too old to do. I'm too old to do.
If we were in Love Actually... No. Have you seen Love Actually? Which character would I be?
I know. You would be that guy that goes to USA.
So she laughs at me as though like I'm the chode who can't get laid, so I need to go to a different country. So I'm like, great. I'll be the little kid. You have to. I'm very nice. I'm 25. The reason why I stayed in set for once, even though I wasn't getting good reactions, is only because I had accountability to recording. Only then. So otherwise, I had no idea what I was doing. I had no control. You have no control, and I had no control. And I had to accept that and just kind of like endure the shit. Be told that I suck again and again. Then I see her near the exit, like looking as though she's getting ready to leave. And I'm like, well, maybe I can walk you outside. Maybe I can go with you. And then I go for the makeout and she gives it to me after literally abusing me for 4 or 5 minutes before that. So we get the makeout and then I do what I call, I just kind of float out of the front door with her. And this is kind of a little bit of an easy pickup, I guess. I mean, I got the abuse in the beginning, but she was near the end of she was near the exit, near the end of the night at the club. I make a move on her, she goes for it, and then I'm like, oh, I'll walk you outside. She's a 4-star girl. Cute, blonde, athletic body, cool, but not the glamorous type of girl that I wanted. So again, I didn't know what I was doing. But it's funny, when you watch the actual walking out sequence, it's all very low key. So I'm like, okay, into the taxi we go, and off we go. Okay, so I'll show you here. So just chilling, I escort her out of the front door. I'm a rough fan. And without saying much, off we go. And she looks actually really cute here with her winter gear on. Excuse me. Can I wear your beanie?
Huh?
Can I have your hat?
No.
Oh, can we swap? You can have this one. Come over here. This side. Come on this side. Come over here. It's nice. It's nice on this side. And off you go. And this, when I was getting to the taxi, blowing my mind. Like, how am I going home with her if she hates me, doesn't take me seriously, and abuses me? Wait. Does this mean that all the hate and abuse and tests and girls teasing me that I got from every interaction that I ever did, they actually could have liked me? Oh yeah, fucking idiot. Anyone here get hate, abuse, or tests in your game on cold approach in public venues? Yes, you all do. Yes, you all do. So chill out and expect it. Expect it, because you are enough and they like that you can do it. We'll get to tests a little bit later. Then the clincher, that was a Friday night. Earlier in that same night, I met a girl and she was a lot more aggressive, but it was my warm-up interaction. If I can find it here. It was my warm-up interaction, so I was decidedly not very good. Hot seat ready. So I remember I went and approached her, blonde hair, cute face, big brown eyes. She was super aggressive. But it was really because I was being aggressive that I brought it out of her. So she gives me, again, a barrage of tests, only because I'm trying to control her, yelling in her face, saying confrontational things, that I bring it out of her.
Australia is the smartest person. If you think Sweden has reindeers, you're not a very smart person. Sorry. You suck. Oh my
Australia. This girl's
You're
aggressive.
not smooth anywhere. That's my drink. Thank you. Pay your
I'll get you another one if you want. Wait, I know some Swedish.
Men det kan du säkert. Du bara...
What do you know about Swedish?
If I was
You're so aggressive. You're so aggressive.
You think I'm friendly? Oh, Swedish girl, you're so friendly, right? Don't touch
stomach.
my hair. Shut up. You're a player. That's insecure shoes. If you don't like them, then just take off. You're a player. You're a player. You should stop looking at my boobs. Thank you.
Friends.
You really suck at acting. You try really hard, but you don't succeed. You're a terrible player.
This is a very me versus you set. Me versus her. And what do I get back? Her versing me back. Okay? This is me before I had a full trusting game in myself. The camera added a lot of pressure to myself. Nonetheless, this is how the set goes. It goes on like that, a lot of tests, not giving my number. At least this time I wasn't doing it out of desperation. I'm kind of laughing it off because I know that it's not the end of the world. But even then, if a girl's like, you're such a bad player, I'm like, oh, rejection, state crash, ego bruise, God, I suck so bad. So what happens with her? I actually, later on, I had that one night stand with the girl that I just showed you. The next day, I meet her in the club again, and then she texts me that she wants to come over to my place. She meets me at my place, we hook up, and it all goes down. So from that one night of recording, the first 2 nights really, I got 3 girls from that, and none of them were easy. Not easy, but they really kind of made me work for it. They put the hard word on me. So after that, I went back to Australia, and I was like, hold on. These girls like me, but they're giving me a hard time. They're acting like they don't like me, but they're cool with me. I am enough, but they don't have to like me. So then I had this smugness, and when I started recording again in Australia, one of the first nights we went out recording, I had a bathroom. It was a bathroom pool. So I met a girl, chatted, she showed me no interest. I'm like, hey, do you want to go into the bathroom? I just led her into the bathroom, we hooked up straight away. And that was my first experiences of when I was going out recording, like documenting and holding myself accountable to actually getting results. And I realized, and I learned game, and I learned self-value, and I realized how the dynamics worked from those 3 interactions. So now, after you have those experiences, after you realize that some girls weren't nice to you, but they did hook up with you, that you had the value as you are. And I'm telling you right now that everyone in this room, if you're smart enough to come to this seminar, you are a different variation of enough. You are enough, okay? Fine-tune the aesthetic details, you're going to be good to go. When that happens, you're going to make everybody look at you really weird, okay? When you get to this kind of mindset, when you acknowledge it to yourself, good, what was it? Good Dave, good Jimmy, good Asif. When you walk around that way, people look at you like this. This is the face they're going to give you, like a kind of a dumb look. When you make people nervous, you bring them back to an intellect and a fear factor of a 5-year-old. So you're going to bring the 5-year-old out of people. Immature, annoying, evasive, introverted, low consciousness. And they're going to look at you with a bad reaction like, if Matthew, if I hold this big jug of water up over your head, oh, this is going to spill everywhere as well. What do you think it's going to do to your facial reaction? In fact, I know I don't want to put it anywhere near the computers here. This is going to spill everywhere. It's fucking cold too. I know that we can kind of see you on the camera here. So if I hold that over your head, all of a sudden your face look up at it, because it's gonna. If I fucking trip on this table, it's gonna spill all over you.
It's okay, I trust you.
So, do you trust a girl in a club?
No.
So the thing is, because you're a guy who doesn't have doubt, you automatically have this sense of presence. You hold a presence. So as you go up and approach a girl as this full cup, all of a sudden I can like sense your sphincter, your ass clenching as I bring it closer to you because I'm like losing my balance to get closer. So the look on your face, as we're looking at camera 2 over here, is like, you're like, who gets that reaction when you go and approach girls like, simply that. So if you go over quieter and simpler and self-trusting that you're a full cup, you've got all the fucking value that you need. The problem is they're going to give you mixed visual reactions. So the value is there. Imagine you're like gaming a chick and you pour like all of your energy out into the abyss. Sweet. And when people go around with too much enthusiasm, overcompensating for a lack of fullness, like notice me, notice me, notice me, notice me, I can come up to you like this and you don't even care. It's like, yeah, that's funny, that's cute, nothing to worry about here. That's the difference. And when people start overcompensating because of doubt, that's when the girls don't care. They don't feel that sense of power or presence. So that's one of the best ways that I've ever been able to kind of show that. It's like, nah, who the fuck cares? I go and do it over my own equipment like an idiot. And it doesn't matter at all. Because what will actually happen using camera number whatever over here is you kind of spill it out when you try too hard. I don't want to get it on a power board, but you get the idea. So people will go and give their power away by like throwing themselves out there to try to be noticed and try to control other people, try to like make an influence on them and not trusting that they can draw them in automatically. So that's part of the natural stage of evolution. When you've already had some results and you have good self-acknowledgement, you like acknowledge, I am enough. Good Dave, okay, good Asif, good Jimmy, good Alex. You're like, I'm all that I need to be. I have the answers. And it doesn't matter what your skill level and game you're at, you'll have that feeling. It's good as well because we'll talk about pauses a little bit later. Just by you being there, you'll create tension. Chemistry, tension, excitement, anticipation, just by being there. What's going to happen? When I held that over your head, everyone in the room is like hyper-focused. All of a sudden there's a chemistry, there's a tension. What's going to happen? Anticipation, like a TV show. It's funny that in the 4-week natural program, I never have grumpy students, but I should. Okay, when you live a life where you make everybody react to you like a 5-year-old, or at least on the first impression, with a little bit of intimidation, you should be a little bit grumpy. What happens is that you make people nervous and then you're super nice and supplicative to them. So they look at you like you have value and you act like you have no value, and it's just confusing. The girl's like, I like that you have value, I want you to have value, but you're acting like a little girl, a little bitch. I don't understand, and they just back away. It doesn't make sense. So one of the biggest pieces of advice to all of you, learning game, going out, meeting people, being positive, is let yourself be grumpy. Let yourself have the negative range of emotions. Vent them out. Think of Gordon Ramsay, Jeremy Clarkson, Sam Newman in Australia, Simon Cowell, and people fear them just a little bit, but ultimately they're good people. They have a lot of presence because they are able to demonstrate that they can be grumpy, right? They do that, and that's automatically a range of emotions, both positive and negative. So one thing that I see lacking in so many students is you're allowed to be grumpy or dissatisfied. What will happen if you're grumpy is that you will elicit positivity. If you're positive, you'll make people negative. If you're negative, you actually make people positive. It's so frustrating that this is reality, but it is. So if you walk around among your friends and you're having a bad day, what are your friends going to say? Guys, what are your friends going to say? If you're having a bad day, what's their response? Cheer up, what's wrong? Can we help you? If you like, lost a big deal at work or your girlfriend broke up with you, how are your friends going to react? They're going to console you, okay? This is not a one-man show, by the way, guys. Talk to me. Do I have all the energy in the room? But if you are walking around like super positive, hey guys, what's going on? Good to see you. How are you going? What kind of reaction do you bring out of your friends if you're super positive? Negative. Usually negative. It's fucking fucked up. It's so annoying. I have a theory. Actually, I bet a lot of people here in the room are the oldest child. Who here is the oldest child? About half, a lot of guys at the back. A theory, because it's a polarization of positive and negative. If you're the parents, you're quite hard on the first child, and that makes the first child passive, which makes the second child more active or positive. So the first child gets kind of suppressed. The second child, because the oldest child is suppressed, it then allows the next child to be more expressive or open or positive. And it kind of goes in a back and forth that way, a polarization. It's crazy. So you always see like the second kid in a family is like the coolest for some reason. The first kid is very studious, usually because the parents are hard on them. Okay, so what I'm saying there is the trait of your ultimate evolution is going to be grumpy because nobody can keep up with you. Nobody is up to your level of expectation the same way that you are. And furthermore, along with being grumpy and being whole and being enough, realize that in a way, you're perfect. If you are always making the best decision that you can at any one time, with the information at hand, with good intentions, walk around being unapologetic, fully perfect. You're perfect. If you're making the best decision you can with good intentions at all times, don't look over your shoulder, you're doing exactly the right thing you should be doing at that time. And with that, you walk around like, I know what I'm doing the best I can. And people who don't feel like they are enough, they're always worried that they should do more. People who look lower than the horizon walk around with their hands on the backs of their hips, like asking themselves, is it fine? Is it fine? Nick from Melbourne, I'm thinking of you. A student helped me to learn this in Melbourne. Same education as me, more financially successful, blonde hair, strong guy, Australian guy, and his question every day was, is it fine? Am I doing enough? Do I have the control? What I need you to shift to is, it is fine. Okay? I am enough thinking is, it is fine, or I will make it fine. Whereas, I don't know if I'm enough thinking is it fine? Is it okay? Is everything under control? And that's the big shift. If you can let yourself think those ways, you inevitably will as a man. Deaths in your family, give birth to children, love and break up with dozens of women, you're going to get to the point, inevitably, I am enough point that there's no reason I'm not enough, that everything is fine. And if not, you'll make it that way. And then when you reapproach the next girl, she'll see all of that in an instant. And you'll be instantly categorized as an attractive type of guy. You might fight your own personal battles with this, senses of entitlement, life issues, but you're all inevitably going to get there if you're not there already. I know some guys in the room are, okay? But let me reassure it for you that that's your ultimate evolution. Ultimate means the last stage of thinking, and then when you get there, you're just ready to fucking live life and dominate it and bring people up to your level.